Okay, today we're going to be talking about appreciating who you are. Anna is an outgoing teen who enjoys people. She makes friends feel comfortable with her understanding and sense of humor. Life hasn't been easy for Anna. Anna lost her father to a death, and her mother took a full time job. But Anna appreciates who she is, which shows in her behavior. Anna's self confidence or self concept and self esteem are reflected in her friendly, outgoing personality. So, even though things might be hard sometimes, being able to have that good self esteem, the self concept, that should help you get through a lot more in life. Personality is a vocabulary word we were talking about, and you should have that looked up in your notes. Your personality is the combination of feelings, traits, attitudes, and habits that you show to others. This combination of characteristics makes you unique and one of a kind. The stage was first set for your personality before you were born. For example, genes you received from each of your parents determine physical traits like your height, eye color, and hair color. Heredity includes traits and characteristics passed from parents to children. Heredity also influences personality characteristics, such as intelligence, abilities, and personality. Your personality may have begun with your heredity, but it's been shaped even further by your environment. Your environment is everything around you, including people, places, things, and events. And I always like to talk about Tarzan during this time, the story of Tarzan. His environment was definitely shaped by everything around him. His surroundings, the people that were around him, which happened to be the animals in the jungle. The place that he lived in was the jungle. Things and events that happened in his life shaped Tarzan's whole personality. So a little bit differently than you growing up, because I don't think any of you grew up in the jungle. You may feel like you are in the jungle sometimes. But so your family is usually your most important environmental influence. Children raised in an environment filled with love and emotional support are more likely to appreciate their worth. This in turn contributes to a healthy personality. And that this may not be people in your home directly, it could be a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or a very, very close family friend that helps shape your personality, your healthy personality. Unfortunately, it's not always easy to appreciate who you are. When Matt's parents divorced, his grades went down at first. He was upset about the divorce and felt powerless to deal with the situation. His self-confidence took a nosedive. He struggled to stay in school. Fortunately, Matt's school counselor helped him deal with his emotions and his parents' breakup. Gradually, which means very slowly, gradually Matt recovered his healthy self-esteem. And this could take a couple months, a couple weeks, it could be several years before he's able to gain that healthy self-esteem. So staying positive, like saying all the positive things about yourself, learning about yourself, that should help. Okay, going back to signs of maturity. On your notes, I want you to write down signs of maturity. You can box that in or underline it. And it says here, one of the most common signs of maturity is age. Some laws require you to be a certain age before you can obtain a driver's license or vote. However, just because you are no longer a child doesn't mean you're mature in all areas. Some signs of maturity include independence. And I want you to write down independence. I want you to write down dealing with emotions. I want you to write down dependability. And I want you to write down willingness to work hard. So what is independence? Think about what you need to know before going on your own. So before you go to your first apartment or your first house on your own, you need to understand how to make good decisions, how to manage money, and how to take care of housing and health needs, for example. So as you're growing up in your home, you should be learning these things through home. And I know I've taught some of the stuff at school as well. So that gets you on the track of independence, and that's signs of maturity. Okay, the second one, dealing with emotions. Mature people learn to be in charge of their emotions rather than letting their emotions overwhelm them. For example, like anger. Anger is a pretty strong emotion. So dealing with that, being able to control those emotions will help you at like a future job. Dependability is the next one. You show you're mature by being dependable. That means you go to school or work every day, keep a promise, and show up on time for an appointment. So if grandma wants you to come over tomorrow at 10 o'clock and help her with something and you promise her you'll be there, you should be dependable and you should be there. Don't want to let grandma down. So dependability. Okay, willingness to work hard. Very little is accomplished without hard work. Good grades come with effort. Effort is a word that I really like. So you can't just get good grades if you don't try or put the effort in, but if you put effort in, you should probably get the good grades. Winning teams develop with practice. Successful employees are rewarded for giving their all. So what are the 4 signs of maturity? Independence, dealing with emotions, dependability, and willingness to work hard. Okay, the last part here with helping others succeed. Throughout this whole chapter, we talked about like you and your world and growing and changing yourself, your personality, physically, emotionally, socially, but this is you learning to become a more independent person and then moving into you being able to help other people succeed. Think about times when someone encouraged you to succeed. Did encouragement make you feel more capable and worthwhile? Do the same for people in your life. Positive comments such as, I know you can do it, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad you're my friend go a long way to motivate others to do their best. It's easy to get caught up in your life and forget about others, but your life is closely intertwined with many people. The positive way you treat others returns to you. You truly can make a difference in the world by helping others succeed. In the last part in this chapter, it says moving toward maturity. How many times have you said, I can't wait to grow up? The desire to become an adult is normal and necessary. That's what gives you the incentive to learn about your own life and the world as you move toward adulthood. Simply becoming an adult is not the real goal, however, becoming mature is. There's a difference. Maturity means reaching full development physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and morally. However, not everyone matures at the same rate. Also, some people mature rapidly in one area, but lag behind in others. For most people, personal development continues throughout life. So without looking at your notes, do you think you could tell me the 4 signs of maturity? Number 1. Did you guess independence? Number 2. Did you guess dealing with emotions? Number 3. Did you guess dependability? Number 4. Did you guess willingness to work hard? If you did, you understand the 4 signs of maturity.